What's up, everybody? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron. Today we're checking out the new EP, Mirror's Edge, by the Australian metalcore band Northlane. I wasn't really planning on doing a review on this, but I enjoyed their last album, Obsidian, which came out in 2022, I believe. I enjoyed it so much that I just had to hear what they were going to be doing next. However, I haven't always liked most of their work. I couldn't really get into any of their past albums. I tried multiple times with their 2017 and 2019 releases, Miasma and Alien, and I just could not connect with either one of them. And I didn't really care too much for the singles from Obsidian either. But once you hear the album in its full, I feel like that's when it really all comes together. Despite a ton of mixed reviews from a lot of other reviewers, and also my tendency to be a little harsh and have a lot of criticism within my reviews, which a lot of people typically don't agree with, I still fell in love with the production of Obsidian, the textures, the melodies, the lyrics, everything about it was fantastic. And a lot of the old albums are based around vocalist Marcus Edge's past, where he's kind of looking back, reminiscing, kind of full of regret in some ways and nostalgia. And this new EP is about looking at yourself, reflecting on the past, and then leaving it all behind. There isn't much positivity to be found within these tracks, but it's all about acceptance. And Marcus also says that he feels like by making these songs, releasing them to the public, he feels like it gives him the opportunity to finally move on and find another direction to go in life. The EP opens up with the title track, Mirror's Edge, which is like a 1 minute long intro thing that flows directly into the next song, Aftermath, which has angelic vocals in the verse. And the lyrics are very poetic, as this is the initial kind of glance into the past, not really focusing on anything specific, I believe, but it's like just initially just seeing it all for what it is, seeing life clearly, especially since he's out of those circumstances now. And there's definitely a lot of acceptance within this song. The chorus is huge with a catchy hook that becomes very addicting. The chunky riff is heavy, and the haunting melody in verse 2 is beautiful. The distorted vocals express a lot of aggression and passion and emotion, while the dual vocals in the chorus from Ian Kenny, who's the vocalist from Carnival, just makes it hit so much harder. And I gotta say, even though the chorus only pops up 3 times throughout this song, it does feel a little repetitive. Just the initial breakthrough going into that chorus, like the 3rd time it came around, I felt like I've heard it like 8 times already. Miasma, featuring Winston McCall from Parkway Drive, is probably my least favorite song on this EP. It's just overproduced. I mean, sure, some stuff breaks through, like the harsh vocals and little melodies and stuff like that, but otherwise musically, it's just, the mix doesn't let anything through. It doesn't let any of the details through. And even if it did, I don't really feel like it's really there anyways. I do like the aggression this song has, though. Verse 2 has some great clean vocals that build up into the breakdown, which has Winston McCall. He absolutely brings the heat. I will say that I wasn't expecting much from this feature, but he absolutely killed it. I will say, though, this does sound a little bit more like a Parkway Drive song as opposed to a Northlane song, though, which is a little kind of a letdown. And then we have Let Me Disappear, which I believe this is about bottling up your emotions until you become very numb and even disassociated. The chorus is pretty big, but I wasn't really feeling any of the music. The instrumentation just wasn't really there for me. Same with the verses. The vocals totally steal the show, especially within the bridge. But I feel like it just, I don't know, they didn't have to work very hard to steal the show. The music wasn't really doing a whole lot. Again, a little overproduced. The breakdown was a lot of fun, and it's probably one of the more creative breakdowns I've heard in a long time, which is kind of a redeeming factor for this song. I did enjoy the song Kraft, though, featuring Brendan. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, from Structures. It has a very retro vibe to it with the synth beat in the verse, but the heavy riff and the quick vocal delivery really makes this song feel a lot darker, making that synth beat feel a little bit more haunting in a sense. And the structure of this song is fairly progressive, with the bridge and the breakdown coming before the one and only chorus, which is all the way towards the end of this song. I'd say this is one of the heaviest songs that Northlane has ever written, at least in a very long time that I could remember. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the feature, much like how Miasma sounded more like a Parkway Drive song than anything else. This feels more like a Structure song than anything else. It's cool to hear Northlane putting out, different types of music and stuff. and being more heavy and aggressive. But it's almost like they lose them. It sounds more like they're the feature on these songs than anything else. And then we have the closing track, Dante, which there's a lot of hints pointing this song being about Ryan Sue, with tweets from Polaris and also guitarist Josh Smith saying that this is one of the most important songs that they've ever written. It has a lot of Obsidian vibes, so of course I naturally love it. The lyrics also point to the silent struggles of mental health. The chorus is absolutely brilliant, and the steady beat is just absolutely captivating. This is a great finishing track, and it really sums up the feeling of acceptance in a very painful past. He's basically saying that he's accepting his punishment for kind of like just caring for people and living life in a sense, which is kind of sad, but I mean, that's the only way to really get through things is acceptance. The more you fight it, the harder it gets. And I feel like this EP is more for Marcus Bridge than anybody else. I feel like this is more of a poetic thing for him than him trying to please the fans or anything like that whatsoever. I really enjoyed this EP. I like it a lot, but I gotta admit, I don't really love it. The lyrics are very vulnerable. The music does have its moments, but it's kind of few and far in between. The production definitely drowns out a lot of stuff and leaves a lot of the moments that could hit really hard lacking. The vocals are beautiful and the features are so well done. They're stellar. But like I said, it makes it feel more like Northlane is the feature on these songs, and whoever is the feature from that band, it feels like their band influences basically took over. Again, this is a very sad EP. There's not a lot of positivity in it, which we kind of knew going into it, but it just makes it feel like there's not very many high moments. There's no moments that make you want to go back and hear it again. I love the song Aftermath, but like I said, the chorus feels kind of repetitive, so it made it hard for me to want to go back and hear it multiple times. It's just, I enjoyed it, but after one listen, even though I listened to it multiple times, after one listen, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was good. This EP is one solid concept and thought, as opposed to having, you know, a certain riff or a vocal melody or a chorus stand out to you too much. So with all that said, I gotta give Mirror's Edge by Northlane a 3.1 out of 5. I don't know what you guys think. I know that this EP might be polarizing. I wasn't really into this band until Obsidian came out, so I'm sure there's longtime fans that might have a better in-depth opinion than what I have and more insight into this style of writing and stuff like that. So yeah, leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of Mirror's Edge. Let me know what you would rate it, what your favorite song is. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you want to help support me and my channel even further, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon. Doing any of those things helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate you so much for taking time out of your day to listen to me sit here and talk about music. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night whenever you have been watching this, and I will talk to you guys next time.